this lesson, I'm going to move you to the key of D, and we're going to look at a variety of different blues shuffles in D. One would be Freddie King's Tore Down. It has a great background rhythm that's a little different than your typical shuffle. It has a walking bass line that's also considered a pick line on the guitar, and they double each other. You hear both the bass and the guitar playing the same thing. Check it out. It's just a very simple repetitive phrase. You move it up, and then you move it back down. I've got a riff-based lesson video coming up that's going to look at a whole bunch of classic songs, all played with riffs, but let's look at a background rhythm we can play along with this. First of all, you can still play your seventh chords, D7, G7, and A7. Now, if you don't know where D7 is, you can count up the fretboard. Remember, we learned our names of the notes on the 6th string. E is open, F is at the 1st fret, G is at the 3rd fret, A is at the 5th fret, B is at the 7th. We have C at the 8th. B and C are a half step apart. And then we have D at the 10th. So our D7 bar chord is at the 10th fret. Also, another way to think about it is the notes start over at the 12th fret. This is E. So if E is at the 12th fret, D is 2 frets behind it. Anyway, you can still play your basic rhythm that I taught you in the earlier videos, but it's a little bit busy in this type of a shuffle. So now let's look at a rhythm that we can play along with this without being too busy. If we can dampen the chord a little bit on the downstrokes and just hear the upstrokes, that's a technique that takes a little bit of practice. But another thing you can do instead is play less, right? But let me show you how to just accent the upstrokes and kind of diminish my downstroke just by muting my strings with my hand. I'm going to strum in a downward motion like this. My downstrokes are dead, and you only hear my upstroke. Doesn't tag the 5 chord on the last measure. The guitar can, or it doesn't have to. It's kind of insinuated. It doesn't do the cycle on the last 2 bars like a turnaround would be. Now another rhythm you can do is you can play 1/4 of all of that. Like this, and this is my favorite rhythm. Kind of gives things a lift.